Am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my sister's wedding after she uninvited me? A few months ago, my sister called me crying. She said she had always dreamed of a perfect wedding. The venue, the flowers, the dress, everything. The problem? She couldn't afford it. So I stepped in and offered to help. Actually, help is an understatement. I paid for almost everything: the venue, the catering, the photographer, even part of the honeymoon. In total, I spent nearly $30,000. Then, 3 weeks before the wedding, I got a text message that changed everything. And now half my family thinks I'm a selfish monster. So, am I the asshole? For context, I'm 32 years old. I own a small marketing agency that's done pretty well over the last few years. I'm not rich, but I'm financially comfortable. My younger sister Sarah is 28. We've always had a decent relationship. Not incredibly close, but not distant either. When she got engaged, everyone was excited. The problem was money. Her fiancé had student loans. Sarah worked a regular office job. Their budget was tight. One night, she came over to my house. She was stressed, overwhelmed, and honestly, heartbroken. She kept talking about how she couldn't afford the wedding she had always imagined. I felt bad for her, so I made an offer. I told her I would help cover the expenses. She immediately started crying. She hugged me. She thanked me repeatedly. She even told me I was the reason her dream wedding could finally happen. At the time, it felt good. I thought I was doing something nice for family. For the next few months, I paid invoices whenever they came in. Every week, there seemed to be a new expense. The venue upgraded. The catering package got bigger. The flower arrangements became more expensive. Each time, Sarah would call and ask if I could cover just one more thing. And every time, I said yes. Looking back, I probably should have set some boundaries. But I wanted her to be happy. Then things started getting weird. Sarah became obsessed with appearances. Everything had to be perfect for social media. She talked more about Instagram photos than the actual marriage. The guest list kept changing. Friends she'd barely spoken to in years suddenly received invitations. Coworkers she didn't even like were invited. The wedding grew larger and larger, but I ignored the red flags. Until one afternoon. I was sitting at work when my phone buzzed. It was Sarah. I expected another wedding update. Instead, I got a message. It read, "Hey, please don't be upset, but we've had to make some difficult guest list decisions." I immediately felt confused. Guest list decisions? Then I read the next line. "Unfortunately, we won't have space for you to attend the wedding." I stared at the screen, certain I misunderstood. I read it again and again. Same message, same meaning. I had paid nearly $30,000, and now I wasn't invited. At first, I honestly thought it was a joke, so I called her. She didn't answer. Instead, she texted back, "Please understand." Understand what? That I was good enough to pay for the wedding, but not good enough to attend it? Later that evening, Sarah finally called. Her explanation somehow made everything worse. Apparently, her fiancé wasn't comfortable with me attending. Why? Because several years earlier, he and I had an argument. One argument. At a family barbecue. Years ago. We weren't enemies. We weren't fighting. We simply didn't get along. Yet somehow that was enough reason to remove me from the wedding. I asked her directly, "So I'm paying for the wedding, but I'm not invited?" She became defensive. She said I should support her regardless. She said family shouldn't keep score. She said I was making the wedding about myself. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Not once did she apologize. Not once did she acknowledge how ridiculous the situation sounded. Instead, she acted like I was the unreasonable one. That's when I made a decision. The next morning, I contacted every vendor I had personally paid. The venue, the photographer, the caterer, the florist. Fortunately, many of the payments were refundable because the wedding was still weeks away. Over the next several days, thousands of dollars were returned. Not everything. Some deposits were non-refundable, but a large portion came back. Sarah found out almost immediately, and she completely lost it. She called me screaming. She accused me of ruining her wedding. She accused me of being vindictive. She accused me of punishing her. I listened quietly. Then I asked a simple question. If I'm not important enough to attend, why am I important enough to pay for it? She had no answer. That's when the rest of the family got involved. And trust me, They had opinions. My mother called me selfish. My aunt said I should have taken the high road. Several cousins said I embarrassed Sarah. Apparently, everyone agreed I should continue funding a wedding I wasn't allowed to attend. Nobody seemed to find that strange. One relative even said, "It's only money, easy to say when it's someone else's." The most frustrating part was that nobody expected Sarah to apologize. All the pressure was on me, not the person excluding her own brother, the person refusing to fund it. Eventually, Sarah downsized the wedding. It still happened. She still got married. Life moved on. We barely speak now. Sometimes I wonder if I should have handled things differently. Maybe I could have been more patient. Maybe I could have ignored the insult. But then I remember one thing. Helping someone is a gift, not an obligation. And gifts shouldn't come with the expectation that you'll accept disrespect in return. So that's the story. I paid nearly $30,000 for my sister's dream wedding. Then she uninvited me. I took my money back. Now my family's divided. Some think I was justified. Others think I ruined her special day. So am I the asshole?